What's happening, party people? Hey, I wanted to touch base with you on a couple things before we got started. Number one, the videos that I post daily, I call them hanging out with Robert videos. They got that intro in there when walking through the junkyard chunk the deuces. Now, those videos are not meant to give you instructions on how to complete the task at hand. These are daily videos by request. My viewers, subscribers request that I let them know what I'm doing day by day. If I don't do nothing new or change some procedures in a repair video, it's just little clips that are not meant to give you instructions. Now, the instructions are linked in the description area of the video or will pop up as a link at the end of the video thumbnail to let you click to those detailed instructions if you want to see the detailed instructions. That's one of the reasons why I'm supposed to be moving these videos over to Patreon and making them unavailable for basic YouTube use, because people find these and they try to use them as procedure videos. They're not meant to be instructional procedure videos. But again, by request, my viewers ask me to let them know what I'm going throughout the day. Sometimes I discover or learn a better way to do something or the proper way to do something, and I'll throw that in the video, and oftentimes go and edit the instructional videos to include that. And that's the benefit of watching these hanging out with Robert daily videos. They're not meant to be a complete guide to fixing something. They're meant to let you know, hey, this is what I did today, because people were saying, post a video every day, just let us know what you're doing. And there are valuable nuggets in these videos. They're just not instructional videos. So in today's video, there's a lot of good stuff. I started out in the junkyard. I discovered something that I either had forgotten or never noticed about some of these C70s. Some bracing under the engine bay. I went to pull a bolt out of a transmission for one of my buddies, and it was a 5-headed bolt. Like, when did that happen? I couldn't get the bolt out of the transmission. I tried. I didn't have no special tool to get that out, so I'm still on a hunt for one of those bolts for him. And you know, that was a discovery I had. I did a few things in the video, and I talked about mass airflow sensor function. A lot of people, don't quite understand the functions of the mass airflow sensor. I threw that in there. I talked about how to adjust the sunroof a little bit. I used a battery post cleaner and a battery terminal end cleaner. I found out a car guy of 25 years never seen or used one of those. So then there's that. I blocked off the oil cooler lines in yet another one of his cars. And that video, the details to that, and the scientific study that I performed before I started doing that is linked in the video. You can go watch that. And we did some troubleshooting on a dead climate control system. Some of you guys have that. I don't get the chance to do that often now. I probably should have made a video to explain that more, and I may still do that. But he had a dead climate control system which was linked to a J relay. I could have started replacing climate controls and doing this and doing that, and I just said, hey, I remember reading somewhere, like on Matthew's Volvo site or somewhere, where somebody had a dead climate control and one of their J relays was bad. Relays go bad in cars, and some more often than others, like the fuel pump relay. But some of these other relays go bad, and that's why our stuff's not working right. Like me, I got a lazy cruise control in Panther. Sometime I hit the button, boom. Works like a charm. I can set that thing on triple digits. And sometimes I can't get it to hold 60. It's dropping down to 50 and holding 50 when I set it at 60. That's probably a bad relay. So anyway, I just wanted to touch bases with you guys about that so you understand and you don't try to use videos that at the end of the title it does not have anything or it has HOWR. Simply a hanging out with Robert video. You get to see what I'm doing for the day. You get to see how much I can accomplish in a day. You get to see me troubleshooting things a little bit. And hey, it's choppy segments and clips that I piece together of the day. And that's why you don't see a lot of completion in those things. Other than that, I have a rear wing for a P80 wagon. It's red. I'd like to get that sold. Somebody wants it. It's got the brackets, a couple $100. I have these things for the sedan cars. I'm going to toss those on my website so that people can get those. I pull that stuff from out in the junkyard so that people can have things to complete their car. You know, it's just some of this stuff you need, some you don't. I'm more prone to price things that you don't need, kind of market value, and kind of things that you do need. Hey, listen, if you are in financial strain, which a lot of people are, I've been in financial strain many times for many years, not working a normal income type thing, being a caregiver for my terminally ill late wife. It's just life. Some of us don't have job and skills to make a lot of money. That's just what we do. We don't do things that we make $60 an hour. We do things that we make $20 an hour, and that's okay. We get in between jobs or something happens and we lose a job or a job fizzles out. We get into tight. If you find yourself living from day to day almost, what they call paycheck to paycheck, and you need a part or you need help and I have it, don't hesitate to contact me. I got people that support me in many ways, and some of them monthly through like PayPal or Patreon, something like that. And I like to use a little bit of those funds or some of those funds to help people in need. So if you're a person in need, especially if I'm blowing through, I got a call the other day from a guy in the Chicago area. He called me up. He said, "Hey, Robert, I'm a senior citizen. I don't work anymore. Really can't. I have an 850 that I was wanting to do the PCV on. The kit for the PCV system is almost $400. I cannot afford that. You could come by here and take any part off that car you want, and I'll junk it." Well, if this guy needs a car, he's talking about junking that car in a week and riding his bike for the rest of his life. Riding his bike or doing public transportation. Well, some places that's all right. Some places that's kind of not real comfortable. However, I'm going to be in that area like all next week. If I could break off 2 hours or so and do that PCV system and put the parts together from monies that people donate to me, hey, that's what really helps this world go round. And I think that's more what we're here for, help each other through the day. Now, why the guys retirement age and not set up like, on Easy Street, that's none of my business. It's a person in need that doesn't have 6 cars sitting around and he could use some help. I told him, I said, "Look, man, why don't you just let me come by and help you?" And he's got all nervous and weirded out about that. He's like, "What do you mean you just fix it and not get paid?" It's like, hey, I I like helping people. You guys know that we collectively, me and a lot of my viewers have helped a lot of people. And there are other people that watch my channel that's able to, and they help other people. You know, they get these cars, they service them, and they pass them on to people in need. Sometimes they sell them for nothing. Listen, if you got one of these cars, these are great cars, and you service that thing should run 3, probably 4 years without any really major needs. Should be low maintenance, especially if you use the videos. A person would be better off paying you $1, $2, $3,000 for a car like this than going down to some corner used car lot paying $10,000 for a $7,000 car and getting that financed, at crazy rates, when they can get a car from people like you. I really want this year to donate a couple more cars to either my favorite are college students, seniors that need some help, and unfortunately single moms that don't have somebody taking care of them, and they got these cars that all busted up and broke down everywhere. You know, I got friends down the street. My daughter does. These young ladies buy cars, and it's not our fault, but this just happens. They buy cars $8, $10, $15,000. The car runs for 2 months, 6 months, breaks down. They're still making payments on it, and it's got a $4,000 estimate to fix something, or a $6,000 estimate. I talked to these guys in Houston that's going to be in the video tomorrow. Somebody gave them an estimate of $7,500. That's what the guy told me, in that range, to swap the engine in the S60. $7,500. Kid can't afford that, so they contact me. I've had some dealing with them in the past that wasn't the best, but hey, we forgive and move on and help people that we can help. I think that makes life better. Anyway, I'm rattling on, running up the clock on you guys, so I'm gonna go ahead and get out of here. This video has that information in it that I mentioned earlier. Mita and I, she flew in late last night, supposed to get here at midnight, got here at 1, they kept her bag till 2, stopped at Waffle House, got something to eat, got home in bed at 3 o'clock. It's 8 o'clock now. I'm trying to get out of here so we can do the things we need to do with this legal stuff around here and get ourselves up to Michigan and then Chicago. So that's what's going on with us. Thanks for watching. Thanks for your support, and hope you have a great day, and more importantly, a safe weekend. Thanks for tuning in. Welcome to Hanging Out with Robert. That's me. This video contains things that I encounter throughout the day. If for some reason I complete a task and you would like to see the details, you can click on the link in the description area below. This video also contains tips and tricks that I learned throughout the years. I plan on leaving this video accessible for about 30 days. After that, you can view it through my Patreon account. Thank you very much for watching. Kicked off the Tinker Day in the salvage yard. I got that sunroof from the last salvage yard. I came here to get a couple of batteries, and there's a guy that needs a steering linkage out of one of these. So I'm getting the steering linkage out of this C70. The one that connects the rack to the column under the car. So I'm dropping the subframe bolts. I don't know if I got a 14 with me or not. I might have to go back to the car and get a 14. I don't know if I've seen this before. A frame from the front over to here. That's a new one on me. I see the one that hooks around to the back of that plate, but not right here. Well, I'm puzzled. I pulled all the subframe bolts, and this thing is still holding up in the car. Interesting. Let me bounce up top, shake something up top, see if it falls down a little bit. Okay. Why had that engine falling? Doesn't make any sense. Because that ain't holding it up. Hold up a little bit, but not all the way to the car. I guess I need a pry bar. Let me climb up here and bounce on it. Picked up that tire over there and body slammed it on the engine, and it came down, which is a good thing. I should be able to reach under here and get that steering thing off that I need. Even though this tire's in the way, let me knock this tire off. I got Henrietta with me. As y'all can see, the red car's gone. Dropped a fresh Salvage battery in there. That thing fired right up and hit the road. We got a battery here for this car. The yellow car has a battery in it. Next, I'm gonna drop that sunroof, get that out of there. Put the other sunroof in there. I'm gonna attach the glass to the cage over there because the glass on that other one was destroyed. I think this has a mass airflow sensor from what some people are telling me. And we gotta fix the oil leak on this, the sunroof. And he should be okay because we already fixed the door. So let me get to work on that stuff and then we'll probably have lunch. But man, it's kind of heartbreaking. This 2 Ford is crying. Let me get the numbers off this mass airflow sensor because you don't have the numbers, you ain't going to get it right. On computerized fuel injector cars, the computer controls like the idle and the car running by a mass airflow sensor. This mass airflow sensor measures the volume of air that's coming through it, and it sends that information to the computer so the computer can manage the fuel mixture. And there's an idle side of it and there's a running side of it, which means when your foot is off the gas, that's idle. The car switches to a idle mode. When you push your foot on the gas, it switches into performance mode. And both sides of that system has to be working in this mass airflow sensor for it to function right. So there's the mass airflow sensor. It has numbers on it that needs to match and jive. You just can't put anyone in there. You got to put the right one in there. So we're going to try to get a mass airflow sensor for it, and hopefully that will cure this car's performance running issues. I can't really read the numbers on it, so I'm going to loosen the 2 clamps on it. Take that little thing out there, turn it so I can properly read the numbers on that thing, because you have got to get that right. Okay, I got this mass airflow sensor turned, and that's the magic numbers on it. It looks like the 2-6. All right, let me re-secure that. Had to take that 10 millimeter out so I could turn it and get it to where I can read the numbers. So for those of you who don't know, this is a battery post and terminal cleaner. That cleans your battery post on your battery. You put it on there, you twist it and push down on it, go around a couple times, lift back up, and it'll clean any corrosion on that. It can't really change directions with it on there, but you can do it hard enough. I normally lift it up and push it down while I'm turning it. So that has clean battery post. Now you come over here to your terminal. It has a little lock groove in there, wherever it is, right there. You twist the top and lift it out. Now you got this part that cleans in your battery post. You twist it inside there, clean the corrosion out of there. The other day I scraped this out, but scraping is not as good as this. Take this in there, spin it in there, clean the corrosion off inside your battery terminals, and you should be good to go. If you ever have any problem with your car cranking, do this first. It wouldn't be a bad idea to do this once every couple years, especially if you don't spray your battery post with something like this battery terminal protector. So after I screw this thing in here, clean these off, attach the battery, I'm gonna spray all 3 of those cars with that spray. And after I've been turning that thing around in there, you can see how scraped up that is in there. So clean those up every once in a while, give it some fresh contact. There it is, junkyard battery, 3-year warranty. It ain't even 6 months old, barely. 6-month-old battery in the junkyard for $40. Well, I go spend $200 at the store for that. If you got one of those battery testers I have, you can go test the battery and get it 650 cranking amp. That's the old number for those, 47. It's also known as an H5 or an LN2. And hey, perfect battery, and it tested 100% across the board with my tester. This one and the one we put in the red car. So don't be afraid to get a tester and get a battery from a salvage yard instead of going to the retail. And here's that battery test even after that short drive. 12.9%, 12.9 volts, testing. %, 100%. 4.13 milliohms resistance. Let's go check the one in the T5R and check the one in the 240. The 240 actually has a OEM Volvo battery in it. 11.95. We need to put this thing back on the charger. I don't know what the cold cranking amps is on that one, but the rest of them are 615. We're going to just say 615. 7% and 0 on the charge. This thing needs to be replaced. I should have bought 3 batteries. It said test after charging, but we didn't charge this thing already. I think it came up to like 57%, which to me, that's about half. So let's check this one here that we just bought for the T5R. 12.93 volts. I wouldn't even go buy a used battery without one of these. 100%, 100%, 4.34 milliohms. 691 cold cranking amps. All right, let's get to work on this sunroof. Sunroof time. It's easier for me to put the glass in with the sunroof cage in the car, so we took the cage, installed it, secured it, started all the bolts all the way around. Then once we got them all started, we secured it, hooked up the drains, made sure those were clear and spinning. Then I hooked the glass in, snugged it down, ran the sunroof through, and then closed it, and then loosened these 3 screws and the 3 on the other side. Adjusted the sunroof height until I felt it was right on both sides, and then I tightened all 6 of those screws. So we should be good to go. It should lift, which it does. That's the best way to put those track guards in, and you should be able to come down, which it does. And it looks a little high on the back. I'm gonna have to and tap down, which is not really good. So let me run that up and down a couple times, see if the thing can come down just a little bit more. It's a little bit high on the back. It's like it's not pushing forward all the way. Let me go ahead and try to run it back, see if it hangs up. It did drop down and go back. That's good. Well, let me run it up and see where it ends up. Alright. It's just a little high on the back, so let me lower the back just a little bit. We should be good to go. If I had to put a torque value on those 3 screws, I'd say like 60 inch-pounds. Man, those screws shouldn't be too tight. You don't want to strip them. And we should be good to go. I just ran it through again. Works great. And I'm going to quit messing with it. so it doesn't break. Because I don't want to break something that's working. We'll check the gasket on the back and call it quits with this sunroof. Seal on the back came out a little bit, so I'm going to drop these 2 screws in the back, fix that seal, and re-secure it. Blocked off the oil cooler lines, but they are not secured to the front of the engine, so they're moving around too much. We got to remove them. Trying to get this line loose here. Turn the key on and the climate control is powerless. We checked the plugs on the back. They are plugged in. So we're going to hit the easy button here and see if we got a blown fuse. See what fuse it is here. So we played musical chairs with the J relays and the AC unit fired up. Cut the AC on, it was cycling real bad. So I serviced it with about 1.5 cans of refrigerant, and now it's blown cold and the compressor's staying engaged. So solve that mystery. Time to check to see what's going on with the AC on this 240. So AC worked, but the sunroof didn't work. Just had some minor clicking in it. We shuffled the relays back, and now the sunroof works. The AC doesn't. So we're going to pull this one and see if the sunroof still works and the AC doesn't. And if nothing changes, that's the bad relay, the one all the way to the passenger side. And here's the moment of truth. Sunroof still works. That wasn't it. So I swapped these 2. Sunroof was still working with this here and this one out. So if the AC works now and the sunroof doesn't, this relay is bad, the one in the middle. The dash warning lights are not working. So swapping those 2 relays killed that. So I would suspect that that center J relay is bad. But I got AC and I have a sunroof. So the sunroof one must be the one all the way to the driver's side. The middle J relay is bad. And it controls your warning lights in here. With the J relay in, we got a service light flashing, and we got an SRS light, which normally means that you got a bad instrument cluster. Tried to read it, we got a communication failure. We'll try again. Trying to read the ECC. Tried to reset the service light. It said communication failure as well. And we're going to try to read a couple more codes. We had the car running, the battery hadn't been disconnected, so we'll see if we can find any codes or anything in here. Well, folks, that's it. Get some J relays on that. He can go racing. Got a bad instrument cluster. Some other cosmetic stuff he's going to do next time I see him, but we're calling it a night. Well, that's it. Got some good things done in this video. I appreciate you all watching. Hope it wasn't too long in the beginning of the video. But hey, I want you guys to understand what's going on here with me, with us, and what is going on at the best spot on YouTube. Getting that YouTube done. So hey, let me get out of here. I mixed the video last night while I was waiting at the airport. So this only took me about 10 minutes instead of an hour and a half. But I appreciate your support. Give me a thumbs up, like, and hey, have a great day.